I just meant to do. Sorry about that. I was like getting a message at the same time that I was trying to do this. All right. Hi. All right. Cool. So I'm Kylie Terhune. I'm a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner and a certified autoimmune protocol coach. Hi, Katie. And so this question has come up because, first of all, I love to work with clients that have autoimmune diseases. And as an FDN, I get to run a lot of really cool labs. So I get to run like food sensitivities and stool testing and hormone testing and a lot of really cool different tests. But I'm also really into nutrition, and one of the things, like as I began getting certified and going through this process of becoming a practitioner and learning about health, people started to come to me and ask me for help, and I noticed that a lot of these people actually had autoimmune conditions, and so I wanted to learn more and more about that, and I became fascinated with what is autoimmunity, why does it happen, and what can we do about it? Because I wanted to be able to help those people that were coming to me, because telling someone that is struggling with weight gain because of an autoimmune condition to eat less and exercise more is literally one of the stupidest things. Like, it will not help them, and in fact it can actually harm them more. So if you're somebody that has autoimmunity and someone has told you, hey, I'm going to help you lose weight and all you need to do is eat less and exercise more, they are not your friend and they don't know anything about autoimmune disease. But so as I kind of went through this process, I became really, really interested in it, and autoimmune is on the rise, and there's a lot of people that actually are diagnosed with an autoimmune condition that were never told by their physicians that it's actually an autoimmune condition. So that's also part of the puzzle. If you don't know exactly what it is that you're struggling with and what it means for your body, how are you supposed to be your own best advocate and learn what to do? So what is autoimmunity? Autoimmunity is simply your body, it's an immune reaction, and basically gone haywire. So your immune system is there to protect yourself, but when you have an autoimmune disease, your immune system ends up attacking your own tissues. So in the case of Crohn's disease, it's attacking your colon, and in the case of, in the Crohn's disease, it's attacking your small intestine. In ulcerative colitis, it's attacking your colon. In thyroid disease, it's attacking your thyroid. In psoriasis, it's attacking your skin. So there's a lot of different things that come into play, and one, if you have an autoimmune condition, I would just really research, what causes this, what can I do? And there are three main components that have to be in play at the same time for an autoimmune disease to occur, to how do you say it, to be in existence, I guess. My brain just went blank there. So those three things are, you have to have the genetic predisposition, obviously, and genetic predisposition is why some people get ulcerative colitis, and some people get Crohn's, and some people get psoriasis, and some people get Hashimoto's. So why wouldn't everyone get the same one? Well, we all have, our genetic weak links. But you also, in order to trigger an autoimmune disease and have it activate, so to speak, you also have to have environmental triggers and leaky gut. So those are like the three things that sort of come together: genetics, leaky gut, and environmental triggers. Now, environmental triggers can be stress. I mean, that seems kind of shocking that stress can trigger something like that. But it's not only what can trigger it, it's what can exacerbate symptoms as you go through the disease. So managing stress is really important. But stress covers this whole umbrella. It's one word that actually acts as this huge umbrella for all these other things in our life. So it can be you know, anything from food sensitivities to heavy metal toxicity to mold to mental emotional stress to over exercise, a traumatic event. It could be chronic stress, like low grade chronic stress. Maybe you have a really chronically stressful job, but it could also be a really traumatic experience too. Maybe you went through a divorce, or maybe you've lost someone in your family, and you know, actually, you know, that's when you notice it triggered. Or a lot of women in particular will, their autoimmune disease will happen right after they give birth, because pregnancy and giving birth is a hugely traumatic event for the body. And so if, you know, you had some of these things going on for the past 10, 15 years, then that'll like be the tipping point. So that's another point too. When you have an autoimmune disease, your body is releasing antibodies, and these antibodies are that part of the immune system that I was talking about that attacks the tissues. And you can have antibodies in your body for up to like 10, 15 years prior to the onset of what we consider the symptoms, the diagnosable symptoms of autoimmune disease. So that's just kind of an interesting little fun fact there. So what that tells us though is that your body, that this is something that develops over a long time. And so what you want to be able to do is manage those other two parts of that triangle so that you don't trigger it, right? And then if you do have an autoimmune disease, you want to manage those two parts of the triangle to manage your symptoms, which is really, really exciting. And that's what's so cool about autoimmune disease is if you have been diagnosed, there's so much hope for management of those symptoms. So like I said, you have the genetic predisposition, you have environmental triggers, which we talked about, stress, and then you have leaky gut. And leaky gut is like a precursor. Like everyone that has a diagnosed autoimmune condition has had a leaky gut and probably still has a leaky gut. And so leaky gut is literally what it sounds like. And that's like a whole educational module. But what we can do to modulate that and to heal that is work on our nutrition and our lifestyle, and it can make a tremendous impact. And I've personally worked with autoimmune clients that simply through nutrition have been able to reverse their symptoms and manage them completely through nutrition. So it completely 100% is possible. Some people need to manage it with lifestyle, nutrition, and a prescription, and that's fine too. Everybody's different. Everybody's had it a different amount of time. Sorry about that, I got a phone call. When I go live, I need to put it on Do Not Disturb. I don't even know who that was. So anyways, everybody has you're at a different place in your life. You have different stressors. You have different jobs. You have different everything, right? So everybody's different. But what's really exciting is that two huge keys are things that we can manage. So environmental triggers and emotional triggers and stress, and then our lifestyle and nutrition factors as well. And so I want to make sure that if you're watching this and you want to learn more about what you can do in that area in terms of nutrition and management through nutrition and lifestyle, join me on Wednesday, this Wednesday the 23rd at 6 p.m. EST, Eastern Time, for a webinar called 3 Steps to Discover Your Nutrition. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how, depending on if you are just somebody who wants to get a little healthier, all the way up to autoimmune disease, how you can navigate what different levels and figure out exactly what nutrition is right for your body. So even all the way up to an autoimmune disease, and figuring out how you can discover what foods work for you and what foods do not work for you, what foods help you and what foods maybe trigger and cause more pain for you. And so I'm going to be giving that webinar on Wednesday, and it's going to also not only give you education on exactly what you can do, action steps, actionable material that I'm going to give you that day, but also I'm going to be introducing my 6-week program, which is really exciting because it is applicable if you have an autoimmune condition. I know there's so much out there that those with an autoimmune disease have to be careful of, and so I designed my 6-week program to be something that can help those with autoimmunity, and it's totally designed for you. So if you're interested in learning more about that and how you can kind of navigate those tricky waters and figure out how food can help your body and how you can work through that process, I would love to talk to you. So Wednesday, I'm offering that free webinar. It's at 6 p.m. EST. I would love to see you. I will post the link below, but I also have it in my profile, so it's easy to get to. And just make sure you register so I know you're coming, and I will see you there. Bye.